This is the story of a man named Ethan, a regular guy just trying to make a living. He wasn't rich, he wasn't poor, he was somewhere in between, just enough to get by. But something about Ethan always felt like he was looking for more. More excitement, more success, more thrill. The kind of thrill that would make his life feel extraordinary. Little did he know, what he would get instead would haunt him for the rest of his days. It all started one cold evening when Ethan was walking home from work. The streets were empty and the wind had a sharp bite to it. He passed the old, run-down bookstore that had always been there, but he had never thought to step inside. Tonight, though, something felt different. The dim light inside seemed to call to him, and he found himself walking through the door almost without thinking. The bell above the door jingled as he entered, the only sound in the otherwise silent room. The bookstore was dusty, with piles of old books scattered around. The air had a strange heaviness to it, almost as if the place itself was hiding something. But as Ethan wandered through the aisles, he couldn't shake the feeling that someone was watching him. He turned and saw an old man, hunched over behind a counter, staring at him with eyes that were far too knowing for someone who should have been old and frail. The man gave him a slow, unsettling smile. "Looking for something, young man?" the old man asked, his voice rasping. Ethan shrugged, feeling uncomfortable but trying to mask it. "Not really, just looking around." The old man's smile widened. "You've come for more than that. I can see it in your eyes." Ethan was taken aback. "I'm just browsing." The man chuckled, and it sounded more like a cough. "There are many things to be found in this store. Some of them, though, may change your life forever." The words hung in the air as the old man reached behind the counter and pulled out a thick, leather-bound book. It was old, far older than anything Ethan had ever seen. The cover was marked with strange symbols that seemed to shimmer in the dim light. "This is the book you've been searching for," the old man said, pushing it toward Ethan. "It holds power. A deal, if you will. The devil's deal." Ethan frowned, not sure if he was supposed to laugh or be terrified. "A deal with the devil?" The old man nodded slowly. "Yes, a bargain that will grant you everything you desire: fame, wealth, power, all at a cost, of course." Ethan looked at the book, its pages yellowed and worn. There was something oddly captivating about it, something that made him want to know more. He hesitated, but curiosity got the better of him. "How much?" he asked, before he even realized what he was saying. The old man's eyes gleamed. "The price is steep, but not in the way you think. The cost is your soul." Ethan laughed, thinking the man was joking, but the old man didn't smile this time. His expression remained cold, almost predatory. "Do not take this lightly, young man. The devil doesn't play games. If you accept, you will get everything you want, but you will also give up something you cannot ever get back." Ethan felt a chill run down his spine, but his desire for something more was overwhelming. "What's the catch? What's the worst that could happen?" The old man's voice dropped to a whisper. "You will pay with your soul. It's a price no man can ever truly comprehend until it's too late." Ethan felt his heart race, but for some reason the idea of wealth, power, and fame clouded his judgment. He reached out and took the book from the counter. The old man didn't say another word. Instead, he just watched as Ethan flipped through the pages, the symbols on each one seeming to come alive. Suddenly, Ethan felt a sharp pain in his chest. He looked down, but there was nothing there. He gasped, his breath coming in shallow gasps. The old man's laugh echoed through the store, a laugh that didn't sound human. "You've made your choice," the old man said. And just like that, he was gone. Ethan blinked and looked around, but the store was empty. The door was closed. He was alone. But the book was still in his hands, and it felt heavier than before. Over the next few days, Ethan's life changed. He was offered a promotion at work, the money started flowing in, and people who had once ignored him suddenly treated him with respect. Everything he wanted, everything he dreamed of was within his reach. But as the days passed, the darkness started creeping in. At night, he could hear whispers, soft at first, but growing louder. His dreams became nightmares, filled with faces that twisted and writhed in agony. And then one night, he couldn't take it anymore. He had to know what the cost truly was. He opened the book again, searching for answers. The pages flipped on their own, and then, in the middle of the book, a single line of text appeared, glowing red. "Your soul is mine." Ethan's heart skipped a beat. The weight of his decision crashed down on him. All the wealth, the fame, the power. It hadn't been worth it. It had been a lie. His life was now in the hands of something far worse than he could have ever imagined. He tried to fight it, but it was too late. The devil had come to collect. The deal had been sealed. And in that moment, Ethan understood. There was no escape. He had made the ultimate bargain, and now he would pay the price. The next morning, Ethan was gone. His apartment was empty, his bank accounts drained, and all that remained was the book, sitting on the shelf, waiting for the next soul to come looking for more. The devil's deal, once made, is never undone.